ahead, Jerry.
Yes, good evening, everyone. You are here tonight in the middle school library for our regular monthly Veterans Council meeting, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. But before I do, just in case people out there have any questions or concerns that we are not masked here in the building, is that all of us have been vaccinated with both vaccines, and we're pretty much kept to a distance between us, so we consider ourselves pretty safe here. And with that, I'm going to start around the room and have everybody introduce themselves so you'll know who is here this evening. And I'll start to my right.
Thank you. My name's Nicholas Perianos, a sergeant in the Marine Corps, served 4 years with 3rd Battalion, 6th Marines, 2nd Marine Regiment. I'm currently a wellness teacher over at Beverly High School and working with our veteran service officer as a work-study participant.
David Parent Chief, I'm the VSO for the City of Beverly, 9 years in the Marine Corps, and that's about it right now.
Okay.
Paul Weinberg, I'm a retired Lieutenant Colonel, Judge Advocate, a little over 20 years active duty in the Army.
Corey Paulette, part of the Veterans Council. Chuck Clark, Commander of Beverly Vietnam Veterans, Vietnam veteran. That's it.
Ron Janess, I'm the past commander of the American Legion Post 331 in Beverly. 3 years Navy veteran in Vietnam.
I'm Paul Lance. I'm the commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars here in Beverly. 3 years United States Army, Vietnam. That's it.
Ken McKay, not military. I restore the veteran headstones in the city.
Bud Reel, U.S. Army, 2 years National Guard, 4 years, rank of sergeant. I'm an immediate past commander of the Victoria Rocky Post 56 and present board member for the American Legion Post 331.
Sergeant Major Oswald, the ROTC instructor at Beverly High School, 26 years active duty, 26 years teaching ROTC.
Bob Laws, Vietnam, 71 to 78, U.S. Army. Member of the Mayor's Council, City of Beverly. Member of the Michael J. Cadigan American Legion Post, Beverly Farms, and member of the Beverly Vietnam Veterans, Beverly.
And I'm Jerry Jalebi. I'm chair of the committee here. United States Army, Vietnam, 2 years, 1 year National Guard. And with that, I welcome everybody here tonight for the meeting. And I sent out the the minutes of last month's meeting for everyone to take a look at. Could I have a motion to accept those minutes, please?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Financial report.
As you can see, financial reports in front of all of you, the donations from the Elks and a veteran who passed away came in. So you can see the deposits that were made. So the new total is $12,902.89.
Thank you. And just as a note on the financial report, David sends me the information of all the donations that go out, and I make sure a letter goes back out to each one of those individuals as a thank you for them. So with that, we'll go and start with unfinished business. And the first one on the agenda is, and we've talked about this in a couple of meetings, is the flags to be placed along Cabin and Rantoul Street during Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Now, I know this is going to be a long process between contacting the city hall and the city council and whatever, but if anybody wants to open us up to discussion, please do.
So I've added so if you flip through the packets I gave you, spoke to flag shop, got the current cost of the nylon flags at 3x5, the mounting straps, if we buy in bulk for the price of them, the holding brackets that are more reinforced type do in the fact of should we get a storm or anything, that they won't bend, break, send projectiles. And then the flagpoles would be the ones that rotate, so the flags won't get caught up, so they'll spin with the wind. So that comes around, that can vary depending on the price with the bracket holders between $8,100 and $10,000. Now, since this would become a annual thing, this will have to be discussed with obviously the mayor's office and the city council to add this, to increase the budget line item so we can ensure that this continues, because it's not about doing it once, it's about being able to maintain it and keep it going every year. Now, obviously with that, I'm pretty sure the city council understands that we probably won't be using that budget line item every single time, and it will end up going back into the free cash at the end of each year, but we have to increase the budget line to cover putting it up. And then the other part will be discussion with Mike Collins and DPW about, when they can put them up, when they can put it down, because that's a staffing issue for them also. But, it is, we're moving along.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else, somebody comment on that?
I think that is from Memorial Day through Veterans Day.
Right, yeah.
Correct, okay.
Okay, okay.
It seems like the future part of it would be just the flags themselves being replaced versus having to replace the hardware.
Yeah, but we would still factor in if hardware broke,
Yeah.
again, storms like this. So that's why I said the free cash. So if the funding's there, it's there, and then it goes back into the city coffers. So again, it's a what-if scenario. We fund for, worst-case scenario, and then put it back in if they don't use it.
What's our next step, with the mayor or with the
I
city
have
council?
a meeting with the mayor November 2nd to discuss it further, which will then go to Bryant and the financial office, and then city council will,
Yeah.
when the mayor does his annual budget, we'll see if it gets put in, or if we can get, at least maybe one part done this year, maybe one part done the following year. But, it's, we had to put something in front of them, finances, our plan, and then the last will be talking with Mike Collins, because again, DPW has to put them up and take them down.
Okay. Because I think Bob and I, Bob Laws and myself went around and counted, and I believe it was well over 150.
It was up there.
But I don't think we need to put one at every single pole. Yeah,
That's why I went with 100, because you gave me
Yeah.
that 150 number, but because some poles may not be able to put them on if
That's
they
right.
already have something there, so this is kind of the
Okay.
middle of the road.
Some polls have them already, too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true, yeah, okay. Okay. Next up, I know this is a long process here, but I'll ask this to VSO, David, if he knows any information about the sign in the walkway at Vietnam Veterans Memorial, if anything's happened on that yet.
Right, so I spoke to, actually filled Chuck in the other day, because the second I got word, I actually ran into Chuck at the gas station the
Okay.
same day I got word.
Yeah, look what happened.
It is cut, they are doing the gold leaf, that should be done sometime this week, and then it should be getting shipped out, so I'd say next 2 weeks, hopefully. Mike Collins is like, we should have it, in hand, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, but with the shipping issues right now, we don't know, but the gold leaf is going on,
Yeah, okay.
so that
So
means,
at least it's in the works anyways.
yep.
Yep, okay, cool.
Where
Thanks.
are we landing with that tree that's supposed to be taken down? Seeing we're on the monument.
Have not even done anything with the tree,
No,
haven't even talked about it.
no. We'll move on now.
Okay.
We'll go to new business, and I don't want to put them on the spot, but Sergeant Major is here today from the ROTC, and I know that they want to definitely get involved in Veterans Day, and I don't know if you had any ideas or thoughts what you wanted the cadets to do or get involved with.
Well, first off, all the cadets have to be at the ceremony, so they're all going to be there, all going to be in uniform. We're going to have all the service flags from all the services. So whatever your ceremony is, we're there to support you, whatever you want us to do for the ceremony on Veterans Day.
Is there anything you want to have the cadets do?
There's 3 cadets I'd like to do a 3 little drill presentation where they literally can get out there and spin the rifles and all the moo and make the audience go, wow.
Okay,
Okay, so I say we'll just adjust scheduling, we'll do the welcome. We will bring out we'll we could do either the welcome, moment of silence, then the cadets, so you want to do it that way, moment of silence, then into the cadets doing their part,
You have to do the opening prayers.
and the opening prayer,
And the
obviously.
opening prayer, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think anyone has any issue, and then the mayor and the politicians can do their speech parts, and then we can continue, we can just roll.
You
right
have
into it.
someone singing the national anthem, or are you playing the national
We do
anthem?
not have anyone to sing the national anthem. If there is anybody in the high school or anybody, we can talk to maybe the high school band, maybe there's someone who would like to sing it, that'd be great.
Well,
I'm all for it if there's a student out there who wants to sing the national anthem.
And if not,
If not, we'll just do what we
yeah.
did the prior year, just have a recording
Yeah.
up to the microphone. Bruce Doyle will set up the surround sound, the standing sound system as before. We'll set up the chairs, same thing as before. We'll have about 100 chairs out there, then the rest will be standing room.
okay. Anybody else? Any thoughts?
100 chairs at Ellis Square?
That's about what we put
Yeah,
out last year.
That's all, yeah.
Okay.
The wreath's all set. We'll pick that up the Wednesday before.
Check's already gone out to them, so that's done. And speaking of checks gone out, we still have to pick up the nameplates. So I'm not going into Salem in October, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's the new names were added at the Odell Park.
Because that's unfinished business.
Yeah, it's all done, it's all made up. These, David pick it up and it's just gotta get installed. So that's off the books now. With that, I'll move on. I'm just gonna make a little short statement here on what I've somewhat put together for after Veterans Day on cemetery flag removal. Troop 4 and Jeff Gentry will take care of Central Cemetery on Sunday, the 14th. They don't need anything from us. I talked to him, he said they're gonna bring their own bags, they're gonna strip the flag off the stick, they'll throw the sticks away, they'll put the flags in the bags and bring them down to David. And the North Shore Christian School is gonna take care of North Beverly on Saturday morning, the 13th, at 9 a.m. They may need a little bit of help, so if anybody can just show up to be an advisor or a helper, I want to go and bring some bags down there, and that should be done. Beverly Farms is all set. St. Mary's is all set. The Farm Cemetery will be done by the American Legion Post 46 and the Citizens. And the last one I have, maybe Paul can give any kind of a status in on the Sons of Abraham.
Sons of Abraham Cemetery, the flags, there'll be a volunteer group headed up by the chair of the cemetery trustees, Bob Friedman. Flags will be picked up on the day after Veterans Day, the 12th. If weather doesn't permit, then on Sunday.
Okay.
So that's in the works.
Good, thank you, Paul.
Ken and I will take care of North Beverly.
North
We'll go
Beverly.
down there that day.
And I'll take
Okay.
care of Dodgers Row.
Isn't there flags at Dodge Street also?
Yeah.
Is that
Yep.
Dodge? Yeah,
Yeah, Ken will take
Yeah,
care of
there's,
that.
Okay.
I put some out there because there's no master list, so I know where they are, so I.
okay, cool, great, thank you. I already just mentioned the park, the plaque at the Odell Park is already, and it'll be mounted. Next, I guess, is Veterans Day itself. I would imagine David wants, I don't know if David wants to do it himself or whether he would like any assistance from any of us on the committee to set up the program. We all know it's going to be on November 11th at 11 a.m. at Vietnam Veterans Memorial at Ellis Square. So,
I don't think we're pretty much, we got the Excel sheet. The only addition was we'll just fire for Sergeant Major's
Okay.
students. Now that you guys have now that it's been cut and you'll have the laid out area for your flag bearers. So the only thing we may have to do is your color guard and your color guard. Maybe we'll have to just get them in coordination with each other on where they're going to be put. We should just probably knock that out, in the next few days, just so the students know. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
yeah. Do we have a rain date for this, by the way?
Oh, well, the rain plan would be the high school as usual.
Okay, all right. Do we have to meet with somebody over that?
I just have to double back with them, make sure,
Okay.
we just have to fill out the form.
Okay.
Hey, one more thing, Jerry. There'll be a wreath presentation at the monument at Beverly Hospital at 10 o'clock
Okay,
on the
yeah.
11th. Be a brief service there, just
Do we have a wreath for that, Chuck?
Place a wreath, yeah, we'll
Okay.
take care of that.
That's at the hospital, the monument at the hospital?
Yes, to be it.
Okay.
Jerry, did we want to discuss the food?
Oh, yeah, that's
We
what,
have two
I'm glad
options.
you said that. Food, the Spear Post has graciously accepted to take care of the collation at the post. And we need to order some, kind of a light lunch type of deal. And obviously there, whatever we want to do, whether we want to do a soup and sandwiches and chips and then we get the soft drinks at the bar or anything else like that through the post, which people can pay a cash bar. But how do we want to handle the food?
We'll just go through one of the local businesses.
Yeah.
It's under the out to bid amount because it's only $1,000, so we don't have to put it out to bid. We can just
Okay.
link up one of the local businesses, see what they offer. Again, just shop around. We will order directly from them. I will pay them directly.
Okay.
We would
Anybody?
need, I was talking at our e-board meeting the other night, and also where we've had some programs down there, so we're light on the paper plate type thing, so we might have to include that in
Okay.
whoever does cater it.
And catering, whoever caters should be able to provide
It
some
should be
sort of,
provided, okay, so we need,
Do we have options to choose from?
anybody in town.
yeah. So,
Can we make suggestions?
I mean, if you want to go, you could go with super
I'd li-
subs, you could
I'd
go
like to
with.
go, my suggestion would be go with Cafe Salerno, where the,
Yeah, again, that's going to be, just shop around, see who's going to offer the best
yeah.
deal
do you
for
want
the.
us to do
rate.
that?
Whomever would like to
Somebody
take
wants
that
to
up.
take that task on, I mean, I don't know, but,
Why don't you and I, you check with Super Sub,
Yeah,
I'll check with
okay.
Todd.
Yep, just
Now-
send me their quotes.
all right. Now, do we want to stick to 100 people, or should we go 125?
125.
Well, this is going to be immediately after the ceremony.
Back at the Spear Post,
And,
yes.
and are we going to announce to the gathered crowd that everybody
Yes.
is welcome?
Yeah.
So figuring the number is trying to figure out how many will be
Yeah.
there.
I would,
mean,
I
I-
would say 125 will be your safe bet, because we've
how
usually
many,
filled
how
up
many
on
cadets do you
November.
have in ROTC alone?
60.
60 right there, so.
Yeah, so let's go 125 or more.
125, yeah. Okay.
Kids got to
great.
eat.
And they do eat.
They do eat.
That's right.
They love chips.
All right. I'll take care of that this week.
And staying on Veterans Day, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sergeant Major. Beverly High School ROTC will be hosting November 13th at 6:30 Veterans Day program. And the guest speaker will be the commanding officer of the USS Constitution. If you want to add something to that?
It is, when you walk into high school, you're going to go into the field house. As you are coming in the field house, there's going to be 4 ROTC programs at parade rest on the floor of the field house. Assabet Valley ROTC is coming, Haverhill ROTC is coming, and Salem ROTC is coming. Exactly at 6:30. The senior cadet is going to call the companies to attention. He's going to have the companies report. He's going to turn around and report to Sergeant Dan Clark that the battalion is formed. Sergeant Dan Clark is going to do his rendition, his story, and go right into the national anthem. After the national anthem is over with, the cadets are going to go into the bleachers, except for a few individuals. Master Sergeant Wise, the other instructor, is going to read a quick message that is going to be sent about Veterans Day. Then Sergeant Dan Clark is going to sing the service medleys. As he is singing the service medleys, he does Merchant Marine, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, Air Force, and then the Marine Corps last. Each of those services, a representative active duty individual has been invited for the ceremony. As he is singing the service songs, the cadets are going to march the service flag out onto the middle of the field house floor with the service representatives behind the flag. Dan Clark is going to ask you in his rendition, if you are a person from that service, please raise your hand, recognize whatever, so he can recognize you in the audience. Once the service songs are done with, he's going to give the mic to all the active duty individuals so they can introduce themselves. After they're introduced and march off, Master Sergeant Wise is going to do the bio of the CO from the USS Constitution. He's going to do his little talk that he has about the history of the Navy and a little bit of information about leadership. After that is done, Dan Clark's going to come back out and sing another patriotic song to keep everybody upbeat. After that is done, then it's turned over to me and I do the closing remarks. And my last in closing remarks is, as you leave the field house, make sure you grab your piece of cake as you are walking out the field house. From the starts at 6:30, we have it down. We think that it's only going to take 57 to 58 minutes to do the ceremony. Yes.
Sergeant Major, perhaps for people that might not know, do you want to say who Dan Clark is?
Dan Clark is he's a former Marine. He's also the retired Massachusetts trooper who goes by the title of the singing trooper.
Right, yeah.
And if you've never heard Dan
Yeah,
Clark
we have.
sing, you're in
Yeah.
for a rude awakening because the little hairs on the back of your neck are going to stand on edge.
Yeah. Right,
Everybody's welcome.
yeah.
All veterans are welcome, the public's welcome, everybody's welcome.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant Major.
Well done, sir.
Well done, very good.
Jerry, can we go back to the food for a minute?
Yeah,
I will ask the Beverly Salem Lodge of Elks, of which I'm the Veteran Service Officer there, and Jerry, to donate bottled water. So we'll go up, Mr. Janess, to say BJ's or something, get plenty of bottled water, take it, leave it at the post.
yeah.
And then you just have to worry about the sodas.
And liquor, yeah.
Well,
And there should be
Okay.
plenty of beer.
that's your department. We'll take care of the water. And that will be compliments of the
Okay.
Elks.
While we're still on Veterans Day, anything we've missed on Veterans Day?
Do you want
Okay.
to repeat the time again that the ceremony is?
11, 11,
11
11.
o'clock at 11 a.m. sharp at Ellis Square, Vietnam Veterans
Oh,
Memorial.
Jerry or David, who's going to be ringing the bell? Mr. Janess will bring it, and
Unless,
we-
unless,
uh,
Well, we usually do that on Memorial Day, not Veterans Day.
okay.
I thought
Yeah, we don't
did-
ring no bell.
I
We
thought-
have not
I
rung a
thought
bell
we
that I
did it
remember
right
of
at
on
11,
Veterans
11,
Day.
11, 11. Okay.
No, we just start the program at 11
right,
o'clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Little Alzheimer's kicking in.
I know. Back last week, in fact, this was back when we had the program at Independence Park with the Legion. We noticed that little heritage sign was falling apart down there.
Yes.
So I contacted the Essex Heritage Foundation the other day, and they agreed. I sent them a picture of the sign. They said, yeah, that's terrible. So they're going to be in the process of getting that replaced.
Nice.
So it'll be a nice new sign put in there, hopefully by the spring. He says, we're not gonna do it in the wintertime, but at least they are aware of it now. I want to skip around a bit. Everybody saw this in their package about the Veterans and Resource Fairs that's going to be at the Gloucester VA Clinic. I mean, most of us know this, and most of us are already in the healthcare system, but if you want to pass this out to people who may not be aware of it, this would be a great place for you to get your, get into the healthcare system. And at the same time, you can get your flu shot down there. So that's just something to think about. And for those of you out there watching, if you want further information, you can either email me, which is at j.guilebbe@comcast.net, and I'll provide you with information, but,
Jerry?
yeah.
My situation went back a few years, but I'd just like to say that I was present at one of those times where the VA was there at a table. They made it so easy.
Yeah, they do.
To get enrolled
Yep.
into the VA
Yep.
system.
Yeah.
So I would just say for folks that may be watching especially, it helps to be registered in the system, even if you don't need to call on them for
Yep.
anything immediately. You're part of the system, and later on, if you need services, they already know who you are, so.
Yeah. David, you got anything to add to that? Is there anything you know about this?
Not particularly to this event, but I did want to just be an advocate for this clinic. I know the VA gets a bad rap as a whole with being disorganized, and I'm sure we've all had our problems with Bedford and just how congested it is. I can speak personally about Gloucester and just how exceptional it is. They know me on a first name basis, not that I'm over there all the time, but they really do take that time to take care of you, and I've noticed that difference compared to Bedford, so.
Okay,
Again,
good, thank
they're
you.
excellent.
Jerry, I belong to the Lynn system, and I've been a part of Lynn for over 25 years. And like you say with Gloucester, it's first name basis, they bend over backwards to help you. And even Bedford, I haven't had a problem with, they don't know me on a first name basis. But the Lynn Clinic was rebuilt a few years ago, it's state of the art, and it's exceptionally clean, and they're very helpful, and you can always email them, and they answer you right back.
I have a question. As long as Gloucester was mentioned, have they ever filled the vacancy of a physician in Gloucester?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There's a Vietnamese doctor there now, I
There is a
believe.
physician
Yeah.
now, okay.
And Dr. Pham,
What's it?
Dr. Pham,
Sam?
Bam.
Pham.
PHM, okay, because the first time I saw her was a couple of weeks ago, and she was new there then, so, but she was very good. Other thing I saw, and again, you can look this up, the Cabot Center is doing a unforeseen struggle of homelessness women veterans, November 3rd at 7 o'clock. It's free, you got to register on the Cabot website. I'm going to go, I registered already, so just curious to see what it's all about. So if anyone's interested, just go on the Cabot website, and same to anyone out there watching,
Jerry, who's doing that?
Cabot Cinema.
Cabot Cinema.
The Cabot Center is putting the program on themselves, or is somebody doing it there?
No, I believe it's being put on by some
Last-
organization,
last
but
page
it
of
doesn't
the
say on this page, but there's going to be a couple of speakers involved, I know that. And also, while I'm on information here, it's probably a little bit too late to talk about this because it got to be a little controversial, but we put a lot of different information out about, do we want to have a Veterans Day flag type of thing? And I put these in your packet. And a lot of people would no, yes, I'd rather do this, I'd rather do that. And I would say for the most part, most of you came back and said, you know what? The American flag is for Veterans Day. So maybe we just keep it at the American flag, but if anybody wishes to talk about this, please speak up. Or would you just keep it the way it is?
Yeah, I prefer that
Yep.
we not select a
Okay.
flag and call it a veteran's flag. There is no nationally recognized single flag representing veterans. And for us to go to the city and say, well, other groups raise flags on their days or weeks, and we should do it too.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good enough reason to
It's usually
make
the
up a
American
flag.
flag that's on the uniform, so.
Our flag's up every day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I got two other little quick notes here. There's going to be a veterans breakfast at the Beverly Council of Aging on November 10th. And because of the COVID situation, there's going to be two separate seatings. One at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for 32 people, and one from 10:30 to 11:30 for 32 people. If you're interested, you got to call the senior center after November 1st. I will send this all out to you via email the 31st, so you'll have it for Monday, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to call very quickly. It's free to all veterans. And same out there, same out there to people watching, if you're a veteran and you want to go to the breakfast, just call the senior center after the 1st of November. And their number is 978-921-6017. And last, I received an email from State Rep Jerry Paracella, and he's talking about another, I believe there's going to be a breakfast. I wanted to personally extend an invitation to join the North Shore Chamber of Commerce together with Unicare for the Salute to Veterans Breakfast honoring Massachusetts men and women on Tuesday, November 9th, from 7:30 to 9 a.m. at the Boston Marriott in Peabody. So again, if someone's interested, I will send you the link. So send me an email and I'll send you this whole information on how to sign up.
Jerry, probably am wrong, but when we were talking about signing up for the breakfast, I thought you told me it was on Tuesday the 9th, not Wednesday the 10th. Do you have that in your phone, maybe?
No, it is November 10th, I know that. If that's a Wednesday, so.
Yes, it's a Wednesday.
Okay, it is Wednesday, November
Okay,
10th.
I put it in wrong for
Okay.
the 9th, I'm sorry. I'll change that later.
And then the last couple of subjects, thinking about Thanksgiving, is there anything we can or should be doing for veterans on Thanksgiving?
I'm just waiting on Kim Emmerling to see if the turkeys will be available again this
Okay.
year. Ron, will we still be able to use the freezer at your location?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
So we would just need to get an idea, and
okay.
if there's anybody within the post or anybody who needs a turkey, if we can get a better count on numbers, because, moving 30 frozen turkeys is
I know.
not exactly
Not easy, no.
I don't know
And
if
there's also word that there may be a shortage of turkeys
I
this year.
know, yeah.
they're sitting off of Long Beach, I think, right now.
Well, we could go get some out in the woods around here. There's a lot of them.
Oh, we can't go,
Up at the North Shore Music Theater,
that's
you
plenty
can
up the
go.
North Shore Music Theater.
You can get Fred.
No, leave Fred alone.
Fred is the
Is
turkey.
he a big turkey?
Yes.
Yeah.
He comes and picks
And we're gonna go get Fred.
We're getting Fred.
he comes and picks at Jerry in the booth, so he has to
hates me.
throw him popcorn and he flies away.
Oh, so he's been fed too.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's been fed too, he's
We
in
don't
good
even have to
shape.
hunt him. We just put out the popcorn.
And the last thing I have on here is the Holiday and Santa Parade. Now, they did sign us up because I know they want us to go. Now, whether we're going to do anything, I don't know. Jan Pierce, by the way, who was not here this evening, she's on our board. She said she'd be more than happy to chair the whole deal and even maybe use her SUV if we wanted to do something like that, or maybe Corey or Chuck's truck, and kind of just keep it low-key, decorated, maybe put, the flags of all the posts, because we do have a Veterans Council banner, we could put that on there as well, and so none of us can freeze to death, we'll just put a couple of people in the cab, that's all. So that's what I thought about. I'm sure.
We'd have to double check with her because she's got a broken foot, a broken ankle, or something, so, make
that's
sure
right,
that,
too, yeah.
make sure that she would still be available.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
good,
for
good
that.
point, yeah, okay.
Jerry, a couple of years ago, probably one Memorial Day, we had like a trolley open on the sides.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who provided that. Did we pay for that? But is that something we might want to consider providing for the Santa Parade?
I don't know, was that ever in the parade, the trolley?
I don't believe it was in the,
Well, I could check on that.
Not in-
No,
not
because
all of
usually
the
the
holiday.
trolley was paid for through the Memorial Day budget line item.
Yeah.
So the Santa Parade doesn't
Wouldn't be
fall within
covered,
any of
no.
my line items.
And it's about $300 or $400, I think,
I
right?
believe it was only on Memorial Day that,
Yeah.
We used the parade when I was still involved with the Beverly Legion for Memorial Day. And a couple of years, we got the donation from the Beverly Salem Elks to pay for it. 1 or 2 years, I don't know who paid for it other years. Maybe the Legion actually paid for it. But it was Memorial Day, as Ron said, yes.
Well, I'll call and see, what it costs, and if it's available, and then, who knows, maybe we can figure something out, and I'll speak with Jan as well and see what her plans are. With that, I will switch to the good of the order. Anybody want to bring anything up for the good of the order?
All right, so in the packets that I provided all of you are the current items that are going through legislation process right now. So this would affect mostly the low-income veterans' budgets, but it should be items that you guys are aware of. The first one, as you can see, bill number Sierra 2420, which would link benefits to the consumer price index. So this would increase Chapter 115 benefits for veterans and their dependents, so that is awaiting a hearing. The second one, as you can see, Sierra 906. Chapter 115 benefits being exempt from certain housing determinations. As you know, I guess I can't say it because we're on live, but the circle of silly, we'll call it, where you'll have somebody who's in housing and they'll get Chapter 115. Then their housing rent goes up, then their Chapter 115 goes up, and then their housing goes up, and then Chapter 115 goes up. This affects the taxpayer. This is one of the things that we've worked on through city here, where we figure out what the medium number is so that the rent doesn't change and their Chapter 115 doesn't change. So now it looks like they're actually we're ahead of this game, but it looks like they'll try and pass this as a regular legislation now, which will be great.
Would you explain, you're going to get housing to regulate the rent?
No. So every time with housing, if you're paid your Chapter 115,
Yes.
that's income. Then your rent goes up if they count it as income.
It's adjusted.
It's adjusted. This is kind of to prevent that
Rolling over.
rolling over adjusting where it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully it will go down.
the third one is doesn't really refer to our city because I fall under the union, but this would be for VSOs that are appointed. This is more a job protection measure for them. So that doesn't really affect us directly. The same goes with the second part, Sierra 1776. This goes into a Massachusetts state contributory retirement system. Again, city union, so this doesn't really affect Beverly, but other VSOs it will affect. Then there's second to last, Sierra 2421, as you can see. More incentives for housing homeless veterans. This is more of a stabilization project. Beverly was kind of like the pilot project for this with the Pleasant Street Apartments. As you can see, it works. All those guys, most of those guys who follow the rules and who are following the programs, have been all housed for 6-7 years now, stable. So this again is just more support for that whole program. And then this one, which I think is really important, the Sierra 1779, DIC. So for those of you who were affected by Agent Orange or service-connected issues, when you pass, the state annuity of $2,000 would still continue. So that one is, that one, I'm hoping if any of these, I hope that one is the one that really passes. But again, if anybody at home wants to look those up, that's why I was reading them off. Or if any other questions, you can email my office or go through the city website to get in touch with me, and we'll send a copy out if anyone asks for it.
Okay, thank you, David. Anybody else got anything under the good of the order?
Just, Jerry, just like to make note of our board member, Sue Moran, that's not with us at this meeting and probably won't be for a little while.
Yeah.
Just wanted to give a shout out to best wishes on her surgery.
Right, yeah,
And a
she did.
speedy recovery. She had eye surgery done and
Yes.
unable to come to the meetings right now. But collectively, we miss her and hope she's doing well.
Yeah, I've been in communication with her too, so she's doing better. Anybody else? Any end the good of the order?
Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a
second.
motion on the floor and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned.
Good night and thank you all.